As we age, many older adults begin to notice a gradual loss of muscle strength, which can affect mobility, balance, and the ability to perform everyday activities with ease. This muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, is a natural part of aging, but it doesn't have to be something we just accept. The good news is that certain daily habits can help reverse or at least slow down this loss of muscle strength. In this video, we'll explore how simple and accessible habits can help revitalize your muscle strength, improving your quality of life. Through dietary changes, light physical activities, and specific care, it's possible to preserve and even build muscle mass, ensuring more independence and well-being as we get older. Stick around to discover these powerful habits that can transform your muscle health in your later years. The body of an older adult requires constant stimulation to maintain strength. When muscles aren't challenged, they begin to lose mass and function. This happens more often over the years, especially after age 60. One of the most powerful habits to fight this process is the smart use of what's known as hormetic stress. This is different from harmful stress. Here we're talking about small doses of stress that provoke a positive response in the body, strengthening muscles and improving cellular function. Some of the most well-known examples include cold showers, intermittent fasting, and moderate to high-intensity exercise, all adjusted to each individual's capacity. When the body is exposed to these stresses in a safe, controlled manner, it responds by producing more energy, regenerating muscle cells, and activating protective mechanisms. For instance, cold showers improve circulation and reduce inflammation. Intermittent fasting, when done with guidance, enhances insulin sensitivity and stimulates hormones related to muscle preservation. Physical exercises, especially those that involve short bursts of intense effort, help reactivate muscle fibers that typically become inactive as we age. These stresses send a clear signal to the body. It's time to preserve the muscles. This favors protein production and improves balance, coordination, and even memory. All of this contributes to more independence and quality of life. It's important to remember that any change should be done gradually, respecting the body's rhythm. Hormetic stress is not about pushing yourself to the limit, but about applying small challenges that lead to big benefits, and of course always with proper guidance to ensure safety. Over time, these habits become part of your routine and make a real difference in muscle strength and overall health. One of the most important points in preserving muscle strength in older adults is understanding how the body absorbs and uses protein throughout the day. Many older adults consume most of their protein in just one meal, usually lunch. But the body, especially as we age, doesn't process large amounts of protein all at once very well. That's why distributing this nutrient evenly throughout meals makes a huge difference. The concept of protein timing has been studied in depth in recent years. Experts have found that by consuming moderate portions of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the body activates muscle building and repair processes more often throughout the day. This helps maintain lean muscle mass, reduces the natural muscle loss of aging, and contributes to more energy and firmness. A good example would be to include eggs or natural yogurt at breakfast, lean meats or legumes at lunch, and a piece of fish or tofu at dinner. This consistency in providing amino acids helps the muscles stay in a continuous state of regeneration. It also boosts metabolism and improves insulin response, which helps prevent fat accumulation. You don't need to consume large quantities. What matters most is consistency and quality. Paying attention to the right timing and distribution of protein throughout the day is simple to implement, but it has a huge impact on older adults' health. And always remember, food choices should respect individual needs and possible dietary restrictions. A healthcare professional can offer better guidance, especially in cases of chronic diseases or medication use. Vitamin D is a vital nutrient for anyone wanting to preserve muscle strength throughout life. As we age, age, the body becomes less efficient at producing this vitamin from sun exposure. Moreover, many older adults spend long periods indoors, which further reduces this natural production. Vitamin D deficiency is common and silent, but it can have serious consequences for muscles and overall health. Studies show that a lack of vitamin D is directly linked to muscle loss, weakness, and an increased risk of fall. This is because vitamin D plays a crucial role in muscle fiber function, helping to maintain contraction and quick muscle response. When vitamin D is low, muscles become slower, weaker, and less resistant. This directly impacts mobility, balance, and independence. Another important point is that vitamin D also helps the body absorb calcium, which protects bones and joints. In other words, maintaining adequate vitamin D levels is crucial not only for muscle strength, but also for avoiding fractures and pain. Unfortunately, many people only find out they are deficient when they start experiencing symptoms like constant leg pain, fatigue, and difficulty doing simple tasks. The best sources of vitamin D are moderate sun exposure, especially in the morning hours, and supplementation guided by a healthcare professional. Foods like eggs, liver, sardines, and fortified milk can contribute, but they rarely provide enough for older adults. In many cases, supplementation becomes necessary. The most important thing is to monitor blood levels and follow a safe, personalized regimen. Chronic inflammation is one of the main silent causes of muscle loss in older adults. It doesn't cause acute symptoms like fever or intense pain, but it continuously wears down the body. When inflammation is present, the body enters a state of constant degradation, which makes muscle regeneration and maintenance harder. Over time, this reduces strength, affects balance, and compromises autonomy. This type of inflammation can be triggered by various factors common in older age, such as poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, excess abdominal fat, prolonged use of medications, and chronic conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure. Diet plays a key role in this process. Foods high in sugar, fried foods, processed meats, and ultra-processed foods fuel this inflammatory state. On the other hand, fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and natural spices like turmeric and ginger help fight inflammation naturally and effectively. In addition to diet, regular physical activity tailored to age, stress management, and better sleep are powerful strategies for reducing inflammation. Sleeping well is essential for the body to recover, including the muscles. Chronic stress releases hormones that worsen this inflammatory state. That's why it's crucial to cultivate moments of rest, relaxation, and leisure every day. By managing chronic inflammation, older adults begin to see improvements not only in their muscles, but throughout their bodies. Joint pain decreases, mood improves, thinking becomes sharper, and energy increases. It's a care that goes a long way. The good news is that with small changes in habits, it's possible to manage inflammation and allow muscles to recover more easily. As we get older, the body starts requiring more attention to detail. Among those details are micronutrients. They are tiny substances found in food, but they make a huge difference in muscle health. Without them, muscles don't form properly, they don't recover as they should, and they become progressively weaker. It's like trying to build a house without nails or cement. Magnesium is one of the muscle's main allies. It directly influences muscle contraction, blood pressure control, and energy production. When magnesium is deficient, it's common to experience cramps, weakness, and even sleep disturbances. Vitamin B12 is essential for proper nerve function and to prevent muscle loss. A deficiency in B12 can cause fatigue, tingling, and even difficulty moving. Other important micronutrients include zinc, selenium, potassium, and vitamin C, which also support muscle regeneration and strengthening. These nutrients can be found in simple, everyday foods. Magnesium is present in seeds like pumpkin, dark leafy greens, and nuts, Vitamin B12 is found in meat, eggs, and dairy. Citrus fruits like oranges and fresh vegetables are rich in vitamin C. Even so, many older adults have deficiencies in these nutrients, whether due to digestive issues, medication use, or limited diets. In those cases, supplementation may be necessary, always with proper guidance. Taking care of micronutrients is like equipping the body with the right tools to stay strong and active. A well-nourished muscle responds better to exercise, recovers faster, and resists aging more effectively. That's why paying attention to what you eat, varying your foods, and seeking advice about supplementation when necessary is one of the most important steps to maintaining strength and independence as we age. Muscles don't work alone. For every movement to happen, no matter how small, the brain needs to send signals through nerves to the muscles. This communication happens through neuromuscular connections. When these connections are active and well-maintained, muscles respond more quickly, with greater force and precision. But with age, this link can weaken, hindering coordination, balance, and even increasing the risk of fall. A good neuromuscular connection ensures that muscles contract at the right time, with the right intensity. Without this efficient communication, one might have preserved muscles, but still feel weakness or sluggishness in their movements. That's why keeping these communication pathways active is just as important as maintaining muscle strength. They're like electrical wires that, when properly maintained, keep the entire body functioning in harmony. There are exercises that help preserve and strengthen this connection between the brain and muscles. Exercises that require focus, coordination, and agility are great for this. Walking upstairs with alternating feet, holding objects with both hands in cross-body movements, walking in a zigzag pattern, and even dancing are simple and effective ways to keep the system active. Activities that combine movement with thinking, like balance games, are also excellent for exercising this connection. Reinforcing neuromuscular connections is an essential step in maintaining autonomy. When the brain and muscles work together efficiently, the body responds better to every challenge. Movement becomes safer, strength improves, and the older adult feels more confident in completing their tasks. Having muscle isn't enough. The muscle needs to understand what the brain is asking for, and this can be trained every day. Progressive resistance training is one of the most effective ways to combat muscle loss in older adults. It involves doing strength exercises, gradually increasing the load or difficulty over time. This encourages muscles to adapt, grow stronger, and better withstand the natural wear of aging. Contrary to what many believe, this type of training isn't just for young people or athletes. It's especially important for older adults. In practice, this training can be done with weights, resistance bands, or even the body's own weight. The key is progression. Start with light loads, and as the body adapts, increase the challenge. This constant progression sends a clear message to the muscles. They need to get stronger to keep functioning properly. This helps preserve muscle mass, improve posture, protect joints, and even boost metabolism. Studies have shown that older adults who engage in this kind of exercise regularly experience fewer falls, greater independence, and even improved mood and energy. Muscle strength isn't just about lifting heavy objects. It's essential for getting out of bed, climbing stairs, dressing, and maintaining balance while walking. That's why it should be seen as part of the daily health routine. To get started, it's best to seek guidance to understand which exercises are most suitable for each condition. It can be done at home or in a gym. The important thing is to respect the body's limits and progress gradually. A simple sequence of squats, wall push-ups, sitting and standing from a chair, or lifting water bottles as weights can make a difference. Progress comes with consistent, careful practice, and over time, results will show not just in muscles, but in overall quality of life. Many people believe that muscle loss is just a natural consequence of aging, but there's a silent factor that speeds up this process: poor quality sleep. The body needs proper rest to recover. It's during deep sleep that the body releases hormones essential for tissue repair, muscle strengthening, and overall vitality. When sleep is light, restless, or frequently interrupted, this recovery process gets disrupted. Science has proven that sleep deprivation harms the production of testosterone and growth hormones. These hormones are crucial for maintaining muscle strength, even in older adults. Those who sleep poorly eventually experience more leg weakness, difficulty standing up from chairs, and even lose the pleasure of performing simple tasks. Poor sleep also increases inflammation in the body, which accelerates muscle loss and reduces energy. To improve sleep, it's important to establish a calm routine before bed. Avoid bright lights, especially from screens, as this helps the body produce melatonin, the sleep hormone. A warm bath at night relaxes muscles and prepares the body for better rest. Also, try to avoid coffee and caffeinated drinks in the afternoon, as they can leave sleep lighter and more superficial. Going to bed at the same time each night helps the body understand when it's time to rest. If sleep problems persist, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional. Taking care of sleep means taking care of strength, energy, and independence. A rested body responds better to food, exercise, and even disease recovery. Therefore, quality sleep should be treated as a priority for those who want to age with health and vitality. Hydration plays a crucial role in muscle health, especially as we age. Dehydration can be one of the silent causes of muscle weakness in older adults. When the body doesn't have enough fluids, muscles are more prone to fatigue and reduced strength. Water is essential for muscle cells to function properly, as it helps transport nutrients and remove toxins. Without good hydration, muscles can't recover properly after exertion and may begin to weaken over time. Older adults tend to lose the sensation of thirst as they age, which makes it harder to realize when the body is asking for water. That's why it's important for them to drink regularly, even without feeling thirsty. The ideal amount of liquids varies depending on each person's weight and health conditions, but generally, older adults should drink around 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day. This can include other drinks, like unsweetened tea, but water should be the primary source of hydration. Signs of dehydration include dry mouth, excessive fatigue, dizziness, dark urine, and difficulty concentrating. These symptoms indicate the body is low on fluids, which harms not only muscle function, but also cognitive performance and general well-being. If left unchecked, dehydration can increase the risk of falls and other health complications, such as urinary tract infections and kidney problems. Therefore, staying hydrated is not just about drinking water. It involves being aware of the importance of regular liquid intake, noticing signs of dehydration, and adjusting daily habits. This will ensure the body has the resources it needs to maintain muscle strength, balance, and overall health. Additionally, it's always good to consult with a healthcare professional to understand specific hydration needs for each case. Intestinal health plays a crucial role in absorbing essential nutrients for maintaining muscle strength, especially in older adults. The gut microbiota, made up of trillions of bacteria and other microorganisms, is responsible for processing the food we consume and helping absorb proteins, vitamins, and minerals. When this microbiota is out of balance, the body's ability to absorb nutrients necessary for muscle regeneration and strengthening decreases. This can lead to muscle weakness and even loss of muscle mass over time. Foods rich in fiber, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, help feed the good bacteria in the gut, promoting a balanced microbiota. Additionally, fermented foods like natural yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut contain probiotics that support the growth of beneficial bacteria. These foods help improve digestion, increase nutrient absorption, and consequently contribute to muscle health. Protein-rich foods like lean meats, fish, and eggs are key for providing the amino acids muscles need to repair and strengthen. A healthy gut microbiota facilitates protein absorption, making muscles better nourished and stronger. On the other hand, an inflamed gut can hinder nutrient absorption and affect muscle muscle health. When there's an imbalance in the gut flora, inflammation may occur, which can interfere with digestion and food absorption. Chronic gut inflammation is also linked to increased intestinal permeability, allowing toxins to enter the bloodstream and potentially causing a variety of problems in the body, including muscle loss. This becomes particularly concerning in older adults, when the body is more vulnerable to nutrient deficiencies. Therefore, taking care of gut health is essential to ensure the body absorbs the nutrients needed to keep muscles strong and healthy. A balanced diet, rich in foods that support a healthy gut, may be the key to maintaining muscle vitality and preventing strength loss with age. Additionally, managing gut inflammation should be a priority, and this can be done with proper diet, probiotics, and, if needed, medical guidance. With these efforts, it's possible to strengthen the body and improve the quality of life in later years. Creatine is a compound naturally produced by the body, mainly in muscle, from amino acids like arginine, glycine, and methionine. It plays a key role in energy production for muscles during high-intensity activities like weightlifting and sprints. Creatine is stored in muscles as phosphocreatine, which is used to regenerate ATP, the primary energy source for muscle cells. Over time, creatine supplementation can increase the levels of phosphocreatine in muscles, leading to better performance and muscle preservation. For older adults, creatine supplementation has shown remarkable benefits, especially when it comes to maintaining muscle mass and preventing strength loss. Studies have demonstrated that creatine can help improve muscle function in older adults, reducing muscle mass loss associated with aging, a condition known as sarcopenia. Furthermore, creatine has been linked to increased muscle strength, improved ability to perform daily activities like climbing stairs or lifting objects, and even greater physical endurance, all contributing to a better quality of life. It's important to note that creatine supplementation should be done safely and with proper guidance. While creatine is generally safe for most people, especially when used in moderate doses, older adults should consult a doctor before starting supplementation. This is particularly relevant for those with kidney issues, as excessive creatine use may overload the kidneys. Additionally, it's advisable to ensure adequate water intake while using creatine, as it can increase water retention in muscle. The recommended creatine dosage varies, but it typically starts with a loading phase of around 20 grams per day, divided into 4 doses for about 5 to 7 days. After this phase, the maintenance dose is about 3 to 5 grams per day. However, to avoid potential side effects, some prefer to skip the loading phase and go straight to the maintenance dose. Creatine can be consumed in powder form, mixed with water or juice, and is easily available in supplement stores. When used correctly, creatine can be a valuable tool for preserving muscle strength and overall health in older age.